as we do discuss how the newly constituted parliament will be managed, and India bloc is attacking the government on muzzling their voices as opposition, members of the AIADMK, the main opposition in Tamil Nadu, were suspended from attending the proceedings of the assembly for the rest of the session. The MLAs, remember, have been demanding suspension of question hour every day to discuss the Kallakurichi Hooch tragedy. Speaker M. Appavu delivered the ruling after the leader of the House, TN Water Resources Minister Durai Murugan, moved a resolution. Remember, the death toll in the Hooch tragedy in Kallakurichi has risen to 63. 4 more people lost their lives yesterday. Now, Speaker evicted the AIADMK MLAs earlier after they raised slogans. He alleges that they only wanted to create trouble and were not ready to debate the Kallakurichi Hooch tragedy. This is the 3rd time the AIADMK MLAs have been evicted physically from the House following their protests over the Kallakurichi Hooch tragedy. This behavior has raised eyebrows over the conduct of the India bloc and their governments in states while they preach at the centre. So in Parliament just now, in the last few days, they are pushing the government to debate uncomfortable issues. In the past, they've even walked out during those debates because they insisted a certain minister speak or the PM speaks or that the debate happens at a certain time. But in state assemblies where they are in power, they are removing or suspending opposition MLAs. Similarly, it also came to light that while they argue at the centre level that they deserve the Deputy Speaker post as per convention, in none of the states ruled by the India bloc parties has the Deputy Speaker post been given to the opposition of that state. So with this latest episode, is the hypocrisy of the India bloc coming to light, particularly in this case in Tamil Nadu, the Congress and the DMK?
We demand is that Through M.K. Stalin, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, should resign in this regard, taking responsibility for the tragic event that had taken place. When AIADMK as a principal opposition party, we had raised this issue in the Legislative Assembly as such, demanding a discussion. We were thrown out of the Legislative Assembly and yesterday we were suspended.
No, they were suspended for 1 day. Then they came. What they did? Did they discuss about it? They want to take advantage by creating calamity in the House. You can see what is happening there. Who said that there will not be any discussion on Hooch tragedy? Did the government refuse their notice for a discussion? No. But they don't want a discussion. They want to create ruckus in the House, that's all.
What the leaders on each side are saying is sounding like an exact repeat of what has happened in Parliament at the central level as well. Only the sides have changed. Let's go across to our guest. Joining us, Salim Dharanidharan of the DMK continues with us. I'm joined by Kovai Satyan of the AIADMK and Vinod P. Selvam, leader of Tamil Nadu BJP, is also with us. Kovai, I want to begin with you. You've heard what the Speaker, what the opposition, what the government, the Treasury benches, plus ministers concerned and others have said. They're saying you were not interested in actually debating the issue. You've been using this issue only to create ruckus.
That's a blatant lie. Speaker said he cannot allow us to speak. He cannot allow the leader of opposition to speak on this issue. It can be taken only after question hours at his own whims and fancies. But what our leader sought was, what else could be the more priority for a government than the lives of the people? It is not 1 or 2. At that day, it was 62 lives lost. Today, it stands at 68. What else could be more important? Does the Speaker has this within his authority? Yes. 286, Clause 286 of the Speaker's rights states that Speaker can allow this. Has AIADMK done this before while we were as a ruling party? When the Tuticorin firing took place, 13 people lost their lives. That point of time, M.K. Stalin, who was the opposition leader, sought to table this immediately and he wants to discuss it before the House starts discussing on other issues. The Speaker, Mr. Dhanapal, at point of time used his exclusive powers under 286 clause and gave him permission to speak. And why this Speaker is not allowing the same? It is well within the ambit, it is well within the rules, it is not something extraordinary we are asking. We are just seeking an opportunity to raise the voice of the voiceless in the to the tragic incidents, and we want to bring justice and we want to book the people who are behind this. The entire state machinery is hand in glove.
Okay, I'll come to that part in just a bit, but this is one of the biggest tragedies when it comes to illicit liquor tragedies that have taken place in Tamil Nadu or even across major parts of the country. So Salim, you know, this is exactly the point that many are raising. It's all well and nice to say, oh, when you have majority, you must also build consensus, take the opposition along, and it should be run in a neutral, non-partisan fashion, the House. But look at what's happening in Tamil Nadu Assembly. Why not concede that, yes, this is an issue, since you were talking about real issues and not issues of the past? Is this not a real issue in Tamil Nadu to be debated in Tamil Nadu Assembly?
Hi, thank you. See, I think this is definitely a real issue. We are slightly deviating from what actually happened, from the truth. The Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, in fact, told the Speaker last week that let the opposition be given time to speak and let's discuss about Kallakurichi. This is what the Chief Minister requested to the Speaker, and Speaker accepted it. And even day before yesterday, or when Mr. Nehru requested the suspension of AIADMK MLAs because they created ruckus for the entire term, the Chief Minister requested the Speaker not for the AIADMK MLAs not to be suspended for the entire term. Imagine what the Modi government did last year. Because the opposition MPs are asking for discussion on the bill, about 200 odd MPs from the opposition are suspended for the entire duration. Our Chief Minister said no, only for 1 day. And Chief Minister has given time for the AIADMK MLAs to discuss. We only said after the Mania Korikai, let the Kallakurichi issue be discussed, put it on record. But the AIADMK MLAs were not keen on discussion, they only wanted to create ruckus. When you do ruckus, there is no other option left. But
no, he's saying that question hour could have been suspended and this issue could have been taken on priority. What's the problem with that? This is a demand I remember has been made by opposition in Parliament. In fact, you've disrupted proceedings in Parliament because the BJP was saying, no, we will discuss it when the time is right. And opposition was insisting that, no, you discuss this first before everything else.
Last time, when the parliamentarians were suspended in Jan-Feb, about 150 of them, about 30 odd bills were passed without any discussion, and that's why the MPs were suspended. But here, we have not passed any bills. We said we are ready for discussion. And also, on the contrary, Prime Minister was refusing to speak on Manipur. We have to raise a no-confidence motion so that he comes and speaks. Our Chief Minister, when the incident happened, immediately went and spoke on the issue and said, let the AIADMK MLAs discuss. Here, we have to call for a no-confidence motion where the Prime Minister come and speak about the Manipur issue. So these are two different issues.
Okay.
The AIADMK has
not the same issue and not to be made, the BJP shouldn't make a truck between what is happening in state assemblies in Parliament. Vinod P. Selvam, the BJP has been kind of highlighting what's happening in Tamil Nadu as some sort of an, answer to opposition politics. But Sarandaran saying that this is not the same as what has transpired in Parliament in the past.
It is rather unfortunate that even the spokespersons of DMK, see, I don't think it's fair on my part to expect them to have any sort of, any sort of compassion for the lives which have been lost. Today, kids have been abandoned. So many kids are without their fathers and mothers. 5-year, 8-year-old kids are suffering without parents thanks to the carelessness of the DMK government. I wouldn't even say carelessness. It's in fact, they have motivated these people because most people who are getting arrested seem to be lower rung party men of the DMK. So in the DMK, what is happening is the rich members of the DMK, they run liquor factories. They supply to the task marks and in turn people drink that and die slowly. What happens with the lower level card of the DMK? They are involved in the practice of making illicit Hooch liquor, selling it and killing people on the same day. And what does the government do? They have learned no lessons from 2023 when more than 25 people died in the nearby adjacent district. Now 65 people have died. So the deaths are increasing year by year and these are mass deaths. Apart from this, so many people are losing their lives to the Hooch liquor tragedy year on year. The DMK has blood on its hands. And the DMK was not even ready to take this as priority and discuss this in the assembly. It shows the amount of care they have for the people of the state. They are absolutely not concerned. In fact, they have taken the people of Tamil Nadu for granted and all these things have been happening. Morally, the Chief Minister should have taken responsibility considering the fact that the police, law enforcement agencies, including the enforcement, come directly under him. And on several occasions, he has proudly come out and said, I will be a Hitler when it comes to drugs and use of abusive liquor. But over and over deaths have been happening. There only seems to be punch dialogues like a Rajinikanth movie coming from Mr. Stalin, but no action has been ever taken by him against these people.
Salim, you want to respond to that? It's very easy to demand resignations, right? Like the opposition does at the central level as well. Or let's say in states where they are in opposition. Why not stick to that? Why no accountability set in this case so far? No heads have rolled? Forget the Chief Minister himself.
No. I think it's a very unfortunate event, and we also apologize for the same. So it's not that we have not taken any blame for this. But having said that, immediately after the incident with Kallakurichi, within the one day, the Superintendent of Police was sacked, the collector was shunted out, the Chief Minister had a series of meetings with SPs and collectors and gave them stern warnings. Even within the last 2 years, about 16 lakh litres of illicit liquor has been confiscated and destroyed. 4 lakh cases have been filed. 20,000 people have been arrested. We are now taking stringent action to ensure that such incidents never happens in the history of Tamil Nadu, in the future of Tamil Nadu. That we are making sure, and that will definitely happen. And having said this illicit liquor, there have been a lot of rumors saying the DMK cadres are involved. There is no such truth to the story. I do not want to say that the opposition is involved, though some news are saying otherwise, because that will be political. I do not want to be political at this juncture because it's a social issue.
Last year why India, not? How does it look, just optically, while you are raising the voice of the opposition at the center and kind of throwing this dictatorship, electoral autocracy that we were talking about, jibe at the government? How do you think it looks that opposition MPs are being dragged out, not for the first time, but for the second time, the third time? They are getting suspended for the duration of the session. You don't think that it comes back to haunt you? Or at least you don't seem to be practicing what you preach?
No, I think you just stopped. So what I was also trying to say, this is a social issue. Each year in India, more than 1,500 to 1,600 people are dying because of...
If it's a social issue, then discuss it. No, what's the problem?
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Please not stop me.
Yes, I'm coming to you. 1 second.
In Madhya Pradesh alone, there have been 400 deaths last year. In Gujarat, there were about 40 deaths.
Salem, now you're going and giving me statistics from others.
You're not letting me complete. You're
not answering my question. I'm talking about the optics of dragging MPs, MLAs out.
See, this is what I told you. In Parliament, you're not given time to discuss. Here, the Chief Minister clearly told the Speaker, please allow the AIADMK MLAs to discuss. When they do not want to discuss, what can be done? We have not also passed any bill, right?
Okay, Kovai has a response to that as the main opposition. Yes, Kovai Satyan.
He is the propaganda secretary of the ruling government DMK inside the assembly. Whenever somebody rises up to talk in the opposition, he doesn't give time. And whenever from the ruling government rises and makes a point, he himself gives explanations for the same. He is a propaganda secretary, he is not a speaker. And having said that, everybody knows that in a societal issue, everybody has a collective responsibility when these kinds of incidents happen. But these kinds of incidents doesn't happen all at a sudden. It is the colossal attitude of your government, the entire state machinery and the entire office bearers of DMK are hand in glove with this illicit liquor trade, which is running across for months and months. We gave an attention-seeking motion to the Speaker last year. He denied to discuss this. Just 3 months prior to this incident, last 3 months ago, we gave a letter to the SP. Our MLA from that constituency phoned the SP office and warned him that there is a free-flowing of liquor. Your entire state machinery turned a blind eye because every hand in glove of your office bearers went to the SP office and threatened the SP office people, policemen, saying that you can't take stringent action, we are from the ruling government. Yesterday morning, DMK councillor's husband is caught red-handed carrying illicit liquor in his car in the nearby district of Viluppuram. Last year, 22 lives were lost. What lessons have you learned? Let me ask Selam Dharnidharan. Maybe he might not know this data. 2022 on the excise policy tabled in the assembly by your excise minister, he said 96 units in the police have been formed to curb this illicit liquor. How many units? 96 units across the states were being formed to curb this illicit liquor. Okay. And any policeman who gives a tip will bag a price, will be given a price of 15 lakhs. So it's so unfortunate. Not even one policeman qualified to get that 15 lakhs from this government. This is the status. This is what we are saying. The policemen, the state machinery, the DMK office bearers, everybody are hand in glove in running this drug mafia network of illicit liquor in the state.
Let Salim respond.
Full
I'll give
justice
Vinod
will
P.
get this to
Selvam the final
CBCID.
word as well. Salim.
And DMK Stalin has not
I think
visited. It's been 6 days.
See, I find it
68
extremely
days of this,
baffling.
the leader has not even visited that place.
See, I find it extremely baffling that the AIADMK spokesperson can muster up courage to talk about law and order. Under Edappadi, people were shot by the police and the chief minister had the audacity, the Edappadi Palaniswamy then, to come and keep quiet. See, if you have decorum, keep quiet. He says, I watched the TV and saw.
You are in
people
power,
are
you
shot
have
dead.
responsibility to answer.
You keep
Get
quiet.
yourself
You keep
the
quiet.
right
You
spectrum.
do
Don't
not interrupt
order.
me.
I'm not
You
your
don't interrupt
servant.
me. You don't interrupt
I'm
me.
the
I
opposition.
listen to you,
I'm
right?
trying to ask
I listen
question.
to you.
You
I
ask
listen
for
to you.
CBI
Please not
inquiry,
interrupt.
our leader
Okay.
First learn
Hypocrisy.
etiquette.
Shunted
Please learn etiquette.
Kallakurichi,
Please learn etiquette.
Sakarkulam. You
Please learn
wanted a
etiquette.
CBI inquiry.
Please learn
Our leader
etiquette.
agreed
You have
to it.
moral. You have
But
moral
why the
value.
leader is
You have
so
moral
scared?
value.
Okay,
Listen.
okay. Can I come in? Can I come in? Can gentlemen, can we please do this one by one? Salim. I'll give you time. Kovaiji, please, we heard you.
What is wrong in asking for a CBI inquiry? Why is your leader scared to subscribe for a CBI inquiry?
Okay.
Because your
Salim,
entire
but
back
again,
end
you would
is
appreciate the
open.
distinction I'm trying to draw here. You believe that what else has happened in the past, what used to happen when somebody else is in power, what has happened in other parts of the world or the country is not an answer when you are being asked question. This is your stance against the BJP government, right? At the center, you were just saying this in my previous
It's
debate.
my time. No? I can give an answer and viewers can accept my answer or not reject.
Yeah,
Let me
but
see.
it is my job to point out exactly that
No, you
hypocrisy.
can,
When
but
questions
no,
are posed
let
to
me
you,
see.
you are pointing to everything else and everybody else.
No,
Please
it's not
answer
true. It's
the
not
question on your accountability.
Firstly, I have taken accountability. That's why when I started the debate, I apologize. When the other gentleman was speaking and also peddling lies, I was listening to it. But in my time, I should be given.
Go ahead.
Under AIADMK, when 650 people are shot dead by the police, the chief minister comes and tells, I did not know about the incident. I watched it on the TV. Right? That is their moral authority. And why no for CBI? CBI is a caged parrot under the BJP. It's arms of it belongs to its wing of the BJP party. So
Okay.
there's no trust in CBI, which is why no opposition party wants to let CBI also into the state. We have seen how partisan ED is behaving. But our government acted alacrity, which is why for the children whose parents have died, we have made sure that monthly they get 5,000 rupees. The education is taken care of. They're given a guardian. The government will give them free college education. And then after they finish the college education, the government will make sure they find jobs. Within 1 day, all this was done. And
Okay, all right. A
so
limited time. So, Vinod P. Selvam, why are you not satisfied with what the government says we are doing? Plus, this is not something that has only happened when DMK is in power. It has happened in Tamil Nadu plus some other southern states a multiple number of times. So, why not support the government in, reducing these cases instead of blaming them personally for it?
See, the reason why the government changed in Tamil Nadu is because of certain wrongdoings in the previous government. So, when the people have given you a chance, it is your responsibility to make sure corrective measures are being taken. You have been in power for over 3 years. How many people have been dying every year? What did you promise before elections? Your MPs, your chief minister, what did he say? He came out and said, we are going to try and bring about prohibition in the state. But in the assembly, you have proudly gone and tabled that 45,000 crores has been made by selling liquor in the state.
Okay.
So you have made these people completely slaves to alcohol, and the illicit liquor is taking lives of people everywhere. Marur Raja, a member of the DMK, a close aide of a minister, Senji Mastan, has been arrested for selling Hooch liquor and has been detained under Gundas Act. But what is the point of making the police officers' heads roll when the complete authority is with the CM and his first family, and the ministers are involved in this entire liquor and Hooch liquor tragedy? So it's a rather unfortunate situation. The opposition is being muzzled down. No protests are being allowed here, and people's voices are not being allowed to be discussed even in the assembly. So this government should take absolute responsibility, and they should hear us out, and they should immediately act on such incidents not being able to be happened across the state. And we need to save the people of Tamil Nadu. I have only 10
seconds, Kovai. 10 seconds only.
A collector is being forced to lie in front of the media by this ruling DMK government. If they say CBI and EDA or the extended arm of BJP, then what is CBCID? How many cases are pending before CBCID? Last year, 22 liquor case, 10 custodial death in the police. Balveer Singh, superintendent of police, who plucked the teeth. Every case is handled by CBCID, and there is no justice for anyone.
So is there some go slow as far as this case is concerned? Is there some uncomfortable sense?
Shivani, 1 second.
I have 10 seconds, sir. 10 seconds.
Yeah, so we also immediately announced a judicial committee headed by a justice, one-man committee.
Okay.
He's also going to investigate. It's an independent judicial committee which we set up. In fact, in Gujarat, when that happened 2022, opposition, the Congress and us, we were asking for the same to investigate the Hooch
Okay,
committee.
all right.
Then
All right, let's see exactly what turns out. But there are serious charges in this case of political nexus plus the police nexus, and something needs to be done about that. I do thank all of our guests for joining us.